Drones, they're everywhere nowadays. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 of the best drones that you can get started on here in 2022. Let's do it. Hey guys, it's Cray here with Dale Dumbs It Down, and today we are talking about drones, my friend. Drones, they're everywhere. You can buy them at Best Buy if you want. They really are kind of taking over, not only just for professional use, but they're also just used for hobbyists. People like to hike and camp and love the outdoors, things like that. It's getting easier to get your hands on. They're cheaper and they're becoming more robust and powerful. Are you looking for a great starter drone? Well, look no further in this video. We've got to look at some of our favorite entry-level drones on the market, and we're going to give you our honest reviews on them. Whether you're looking for something to take out and do amazing aerial photos, or if you just want to take a drone around you when you're hiking or camping with your friends for fun, we got you covered. So, if you guys may or may not know, I run a video production company here in southern Utah. So we use drones all the time. We use them for business purposes, getting big establishing shots of small businesses in the areas, things like that. But they can be used for fun as well. There's a lot of fun things about drones, more as a hobby as well, if that's what you're looking for. Now, drones can be difficult. In fact, they can be really difficult. In fact, I may or may not have crashed a few drones in my day. I might have a picture of that right here. Dozens of people crash their drones every year, and it's really hard to spend that amount of money and then just send it up into the heavens and hope for the best. But there are several features you can look for out there that will make you more successful when you're starting out with your drone flying. One thing, for instance, is your device range. Your drone will perform better if it can fly farther from the transmitter. Now, some of the lower end, cheaper drones may only be able to fly 30 meters or so, while those higher priced ones can travel for miles without losing contact. A word of advice, though, is still I wouldn't push the limit on the device range, especially when you're just starting out. Another thing to keep in mind is the camera on the drone. Most drones either feature an inbuilt camera or can fit an external camera, something like a GoPro. And despite the decreased flight time that it might add, the drone can capture amazing images and video that would otherwise be impossible. For you adventurers out there, it's really fun to take them out hiking, take them out camping, get views of the surrounding area that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Another thing to keep in mind is your flight time. After one full charge, the flight time of a drone is how long it will be in the air. Generally, drones don't last very long. They're only 11, 18 minutes. Recently, though, drones are going up in minutes that they can fly, up to 22 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes, pushing it a little bit. Having a flight time tells you how long you can use your gadget without interruption. One thing that I've personally noticed while flying my drone is something that might affect your battery might be something like wind speed. That can affect it up to 20-30%, as well as your temperature. In colder temperatures, they tend not to last as long with the battery. Let's talk about the best entry-level drones on the market in our opinion. One that we like is the DJI Mavic Air 2. Now, DJI is one of the biggest manufacturers of drones, one of the most well-known manufacturers of drones. You probably have heard of them. With the Mavic Air 2, you can be creative while flying. Fans of this drone appreciate the quick pace, the high-resolution camera, and the battery life. On top of that, it's actually a little more affordable. In comparison to its predecessor, the Mavic Air 2, it is also a little bigger. The difference is not really noticeable, but that added tech just adds a little more weight, but it is worth it. With just 1.2 pounds, it is affordable and foldable. When folded up, it resembles a medium-sized telephoto lens. In fact, I think my first cell phone was bigger than this drone folded up. The camera sensor has undergone a massive upgrade as well. It still is a half-inch sensor, which offers better quality photos as well as better in low-light conditions. Using multiple images, you can get 48 megapixels per frame, which looks really impressive, especially when taken under the ideal conditions like adequate sunlight and low wind. Here's just a few of the specifications for the DJI Mavic. We'll pop that up here. Captures 4K HD. It's really impressive movie quality. The batteries are really good, and you get 3 with the Fly More package. Some of the pros about the DJI Mavic Air are its long-lasting battery life, the high-quality images and video, the anticipation and avoiding obstacles function that it has, the automatic shots, RAW and HDR videos, AirSense, which is their alert system that uses ADS-B technology. Some of the bad things about the DJI Mavic Air is standard flat video profiles only. Doesn't have a ton of dynamic range. The apps can only output 1080 video. You can record 4K internally, but with the app only 1080p. The raw images aren't accessible on your tablet or phone until you transfer them. I'll put a link below where you can buy the DJI Mavic Air 2 as well. The next one we have is a Holystone HS720 foldable GPS drone. In terms of an affordable HD camera with innovative features like GPS, intelligent flight modes, and long-lasting flight time, the Holystone is a great choice. There are 3 intelligent flight modes you can use and a 4K camera as well. I definitely say the intelligent flight mode is the only thing that really separates the Holystone from the DJI, but it makes a difference. You can capture more details with a 110-degree FOV and 1/3 sensor, so it's a little bit wider. It'll capture a lot more. Dual GPS aids in its hovering, flying, and it's hovering at high altitudes. When it comes to Holystone, I can't help but think that even a better drone would require a lot more money. The app's quality, intuitive controls, and user friendliness stand out quite a bit. I'm going to throw up some specs for the Holystone as well. It has a pretty standard remote control, again 4K HD. It only weighs 1.01 pounds, which is kind of nice. It can go 999 meters, and its battery lasts about 22 to 25 minutes, something like that. Some of the pros with the Holystone are the flight modes that are available that I discussed before. That range at 999 meters is pretty impressive. The controls work really easily. It has easily transportable motor arms and an attractive design that sticks out, if that matters to you at all. Some of the cons are that it charges very slowly, so you've got to plan ahead a little bit. There's also been a few issues with calibrating the takeoff and the return to home functions. The only other thing you're paying for is the brand itself is not as high up as DJI, so there are little things there that they have not dialed in perhaps. I will add a link below as well to this drone if this is something that sounds more up your alley. The last one we're going to talk about today is the Ruco F11 GAM2 drone. These small entry-level consumer drones are attracting a lot of attention these days, shaking things up. The market for these entry-level drones is continuing to grow. The Ruco F11 has various high-speed features that you won't find with a lot of entry-level drones. In fact, a lot of the entry-level drones don't have a lot of speed features at all. After looking at this one a little bit more, because I didn't know too much about it, I actually was pretty impressed, and they are kind of expanding and getting bigger. So this one might be one that could be good to look into and probably will become a much bigger company in the future. There's now USB-C connections for the controllers and for the batteries, which I appreciate. The controller's interface has improved as well. The controller shows you how much power it still has when it starts. This is a no-brainer if you ask me. I would say all did this. Also, I love how the display shows the distance, the height, the speed when powered. That can be really helpful when you're trying to fly a drone. The app interface is also rather intuitive and useful. And here's some of the Ruco drone specs as well. It also captures 4K. Most drones nowadays capture 4K, so that seems to be common with all 3 of them we've discussed today. It weighs just 1.3 pounds, which is nice. The battery only lasts about 20 minutes, so a little bit less than some of them that we've discussed so far. Let's talk about some of the Ruco drone pros. They are constructed to last. They have a very good, sturdy build quality, which I like. They have a GPS module, an easy-to-use 4K UHD camera, which is good, and adaptive flight modes. So there's only one big con with this drone, but it is kind of a big one. There have been complaints about the gimbal stabilization, that it causes hiccups and jittering when flying, and that it sometimes even has the ability to overheat. So that's not good. But overall, we really love this drone as well. So that's just 3 drones that we really like here on Dale Dumbs It Down. Again, drones around here are getting smaller. They're getting more budget friendly and they're getting more powerful, which is awesome. They're even trying to make them much more easy to fly. They're even starting to get into consumer grade FPV drones, the ones that you fly with the goggles on and with your hand. Amazing stuff. It really is a very innovative field. If you found any of this helpful at all, please help us out by liking, subscribing, telling a friend, hitting the little bell thing, I don't know, dinging the bell, whatever you call that, all the silly YouTube things. And as always, thank you for watching. That's so stupid.